says pro.
Hey, Falcons time. Honestly, the Falcons have a great offense. The biggest thing they're going to need to address is their defense. Yeah, that's really it. I mean, Matt Ryan had a pretty Matt Ryan-ish season last year. Calvin Ridley is a great receiver. Todd Gurley had an underwhelming season, but he was also hurt a lot of the time. So if you're going to ump something up, offensively would probably be a running back position, but the biggest thing is their defense. Their defense is just stunk. It let up way too many points. Like, you can score as many points as you want, but that was the biggest thing that Atlanta did, was just let up way too many yards. Way too many yards, way too many scores, and inevitably it bit them in the butt when they couldn't keep up.
Yeah, well, if I'm the Falcons, obviously, like you said, my focus has to be the defense. Their offense has got weapons all over the place. I rather doubt they're going to actually re-sign Todd Gurley, because he is still a free agent, obviously, right now. And they have actually signed Mike Davis to a 2-year, $5.5 million deal.
Okay.
So I think that's the signal of Todd Gurley is out the window. In comes Mike Davis, who, if you've heard that name, that's because Mike Davis was the one that took over in the absence of Christian McCaffrey.
I had
off every single week.
I had Mike Davis in fantasy.
Yeah, and I had Christian McCaffrey in my league, my brother's league.
He didn't.
Fantasy.
He wasn't happy. I was very happy. I ended up winning the fantasy league because of a lot of reasons. Mainly the fact
that Alvin Kamara put up 55
in our championship week. That was fun. That was only my second year in fantasy too, and Alvin Kamara just kicked everybody's butt for me. You could tell though that I had Kyler Murray as my quarterback, because the weeks I won were the weeks that Kyler Murray played great and the Cardinals won, which meant about 50% of the time I won. But anyway, yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for the Falcons is just going to be their offense. As per usual with these videos, send it over to Mitch for the transactions. Obviously, Mike Davis was the first one.
Yep, so outside of Mike Davis, there are 8 other transactions. That is it.
Oh, not very busy.
Yeah, not a whole lot of action here from Atlanta. But outside of Mike Davis, they traded for Lee Smith from the Buffalo Bills in exchange for a late round 2022 draft pick. Lee Smith is a tight end, so I think that takes Kyle Pitts out of the conversation.
Which is why I think they're trying to trade that pick.
Yeah, that's what I mean, honestly, for the Falcons, you could go defense still and take Micah Parsons. It's a bit of a high pick for Micah Parsons, but if I'm the Falcons, you need defense. I'll just take whatever best defensive players available, and that would be Micah Parsons. So I would take Parsons.
Unless you can leverage it into a trade for a really good, proven defensive player. But if you have to draft one, Micah Parsons would probably be your best bet.
Yeah. They also signed Josh Andrews, an offensive lineman, for a 1-year deal. They re-signed Steven Means, probably a backup of some sort. Jonathan Bullard, they signed to a 1-year deal, defensive tackle. Brandon Copeland, they signed to a 1-year deal. Barkevius Mingo, they signed to a 1-year deal. Eric Harris, a 1-year deal. And then Fabian Moru to a 1-year deal. And that's literally it.
Huh. So not a lot.
Defensive tackles, some linebackers, a safety in the corner. So
a lot of defense at least.
Yeah, they definitely, obviously in free agency, it looks like they're getting a couple defensive guys, but from the names, I'm not guessing most of these guys are going to be starters. So
honestly, this entire division is going to be intriguing to watch next year, because New Orleans, I think, is still going to be good. Just how good are they going to be now that Drew Brees is gone? Where are they going to rank? Where are they going to be? Carolina's an interesting wild card because who knows how good Sam Darnold's going to be when he comes in. And then obviously Atlanta's always a wild card. Sometimes they do really great, sometimes they do really bad. I think Tampa Bay is the only one that I'm like, they're gonna be pretty good because they have Tom Brady. I mean, if you have Tom Brady, you're gonna be in the playoffs. That's just basically almost a guarantee at that point.
Well, whenever we do a review of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it's gonna be so easy because literally they have re-signed every single player that they had on their team the previous year, and then that's it.
I mean, why not? You won the Super Bowl. Why the heck not?
They literally have just re-signed everybody that they had except for Antonio Brown and have done nothing else.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, just keep addressing the defense, keep signing some more defensive players, draft a defensive player, or leverage that fourth pick. Honestly, I think the Falcons was pretty easy. The Falcons is pretty much just defense.
Yeah, I can never understand how the Falcons keep underperforming every single year. Because, like you said, with that offense, how do they continue to struggle? You had Todd Gurley, he's had injury problems, but he's still a good running back.
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones, mind you.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley was their leading receiver with 1,374 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns. Then Matt Ryan threw for 4,500 yards and 26 touchdowns.
And that loses
12 games. That loses a lot of games for some reason. But such is the way of football. That being said, again, as we always say, good luck Falcons in the draft and the next 4 years. But honestly, I don't think this team is really in need of a rebuild, just in need of a tune-up so that they don't underperform.
Well, it's a rebuild defensively. They don't have anything on the defensive end of the football, but offense is fine. They have the offense to get some wins, but that defense is going to take some time for sure.
Yep. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Peace out.